If this video found you today, it is not by chance, it is a final summons. Your algorithm didn't choose this. Your soul did. The timeline for the chosen closes tonight, and this transmission is your final, non-negotiable confirmation. This is not prophecy. It is physics. This is not esoterica. It is the stark reality of quantum mechanics. We must be incredibly clear about this from the start, because your logical mind needs to grant permission to your spirit for what is about to happen. Timelines are not beautiful metaphors. They are distinct, quantifiable probability streams coexisting within the quantum field. Think of them as potential realities, vibrational channels on a cosmic radio. And right now, a rare convergence event, a specific, cosmically aligned window of opportunity, is reaching its final point of collapse. This is a moment of profound energetic potential, a gate that has been opening for years and is now, in its final hours, beginning to close. In the next 45 minutes, you will understand the precise physics of this closure. You will be given the framework to comprehend why your entire life has led you to this singular moment, and you will receive the final activation key. You have felt it, haven't you? The strange sense of urgency pulsing beneath the surface of your days. The persistent, quiet feeling that you are waiting for a final instruction, a last puzzle piece, while the world outside seems to be spiraling into chaos and noise. You have followed the guidance, you have done the work, yet there has been a lingering sense that the ultimate shift, the great promise, has remained just out of reach. This feeling, this internal pressure, is not anxiety. It is not a malfunction of your mind. It is the palpable physical pressure of a closing quantum doorway. It is the energetic field itself telling you that the time for preparation is over. You were never meant to feel lost, only to be ready for this exact moment. If you feel this summons in your core, if this message feels like it was meant only for you, hit the like button now. It's an energetic confirmation that you've received the call. Have you ever felt a deep, unexplainable sense of urgency, as if you're on the verge of remembering something critically important? That feeling is the memory of this appointment. It is your higher self knocking on the door of your conscious mind, telling you to pay attention. So, how does a timeline shift work on a quantum level? Let me break down the physics of this moment, because understanding the mechanism is what separates the passenger from the architect. Imagine reality as a grand hall with infinite doors. Most of these doors lead to minor variations of your current life. A different job, a different partner, a slightly better financial state. These doors are almost always open, accessible through conventional means of manifestation and effort. But some doors are different. Some are gateways to entirely new paradigms, entirely new operating systems for reality itself. These quantum doorways do not remain open. They are governed by cosmic cycles, by rare energetic alignments, and they open for a precise, predetermined window of time. We are at such a doorway, one that leads to a timeline of coherence, of clarity, of purpose, and of embodied power. And the lock on this door is about to turn for the last time. The noise of the old world is designed to distract you from the sound of that lock turning, but you can hear it. That is why you are here. By the end of this transmission, you will move from a state of anxious waiting to one of absolute, unshakable certainty. You will not be hoping for a sign. You will be holding the key. You will be ready to walk through that door as it closes, securing your place in a reality you have only felt in your deepest intuition. The time for waiting is over. The moment of activation is now. So how does a timeline shift work on a quantum level? To understand the physics of this moment, you must first erase the idea of time as a single, straight road you are forced to walk. This is a kindergarten model for a quantum universe. The truth is far more elegant and far more demanding. Imagine reality not as a road, but as an infinite branching river. Every choice, every thought, every possibility creates a new tributary, a new stream flowing alongside the others. This isn't a metaphor. It's a simplified model of the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. There are near-infinite timelines, parallel probability streams, all coexisting, separated by infinitesimal differences in vibration. Most of the time, the shifts we make, choosing a different career, moving to a new city, are small jumps to a nearby parallel stream. The scenery changes, but the fundamental laws of that reality, the energetic weather system, remains the same. But what is happening tonight is not a small jump. It is a quantum leap across the entire river delta. This is a jump to a timeline operating under a completely different energetic constitution, a higher-order reality. Such a jump cannot be made casually. It requires a rare and powerful cosmic event, what physicists might theorize as a resonance convergence. This is a moment where specific astronomical alignments and collective human consciousness reach a precise, harmonic frequency, creating a temporary, stable bridge, a quantum doorway, between two vastly different paradigm streams. This convergence is what stabilizes the new, higher timeline, making it not just a fleeting possibility, but a lockable, inhabitable reality. That convergence is peaking now, and the doorway it holds open is about to close. This convergence creates the conditions for the final timeline, key to work. And you must understand what this key is. It is not a physical object. It is not a secret mantra, or a forgotten piece of knowledge you must find. The final timeline. Key is a specific frequency of consciousness. It is a vibrational signature that perfectly matches the intricate quantum lock on this closing quantum doorway. It is a resonance so pure, so specific, that when it is presented to the lock, the doorway to the new timeline doesn't just open, it pulls you through. It recognizes you as one of its own. Now you understand why all your previous efforts have felt incomplete. You understand the frustration, the cycles of hope and disappointment. You have been using the wrong tools for the job. Visualizing, affirming, meditating, scripting. These are profoundly powerful tools for shifting energy and circumstances within a timeline. They are the methods you use to rearrange the furniture in the room you already occupy. But to cross the threshold into an entirely new room, an entirely new reality, you cannot use force. You cannot push the door open. Trying to manifest your way through this specific doorway is like shouting at a lock that only responds to a specific sound. You can yell louder. You can yell with more passion. You can use more beautiful words, but the lock will remain closed. It is not designed to respond to effort. It is designed to respond to a single, pure, resonant frequency. Your old methods failed not because you were unworthy, but because you were trying to pick a lock when you were meant to be the resonant key itself. This leads us to the new paradigm. The shift required tonight is not achieved by doing more. It is achieved by being a specific resonance. Let's make this clear. This is a timeline shift explained simple. It's not about changing the scenery. It's about changing your fundamental frequency to perceive a new reality that already exists. It isn't an act of creation, but an act of recognition, an act of tuning. The work is not to build a bridge. It is to become the vibrational note that resonates with the bridge that is already there. This is the secret the chosen have been coded with from birth. Your soul did not incarnate here to learn how to build the key. It incarnated to remember that it is the key. Where in your life have you been trying to force a door open instead of pausing to listen for the frequency of its lock? For your entire life, you have been told a story of a quest, a story of a search. You believe you are standing before a great door, a quantum doorway to a new reality, and your only task is to find the key before the lock turns for the final time. You have been searching for it everywhere, in ancient texts, in spiritual practices, in the words of gurus and the whispers of meditation. You feel the pressure mounting, the timeline closing, and a subtle hopelessness begins to creep in, the fear that you will not find it in time, that you will be left behind. The revelation is this: there is no key. You are the key. Let that sink into the very marrow of your bones. This entire journey was never about finding something you lacked. It was about purifying and remembering the frequency you already are, the very substance of your being, your unique bioenergetic signature, your specific chord of consciousness. That is the one and only instrument in the universe capable of unlocking this specific timeline. This changes everything. It means that every moment of pain, every season of isolation, every challenge that brought you to your knees was not a punishment or a mistake. It was the universe acting as a cosmic sculptor, chipping away everything that was not you. Every heartbreak polished a facet of your unique energetic signature. Every period of confusion was clearing the static so your core frequency could ring more purely. You were not being broken. You are being tuned. This means you do not need to do anything else to become worthy. The search for worthiness was the great distraction. It was the static that kept you from hearing your own sound. The belief that you needed to add something to yourself, to learn one more technique, to achieve one more milestone. That was the very thing keeping you from realizing you were already complete. You were born with the key. You are the key. So the approach must shift. Instantly. Stop searching. Stop striving. The frantic energy of seeking pushes the door further away. It is an act of disbelief in your own inherent power. The work now is not one of exertion but of cessation. The work is to stop the noise. The work is to stop wrestling with the lock and simply resonate. To be still and allow your native frequency to become the loudest thing in your reality. The only action required tonight is a conscious, deliberate activation of your core frequency. Not a creation of it, not a discovery of it, but a simple, profound, and final acknowledgement of it. You are not trying to learn a new song. You are simply remembering the melody you were born singing. This transforms your very identity. You are not a seeker trying to find a way. You are a living key, designed for a specific cosmic lock that has been waiting for you since the beginning of time. That deep, unshakable feeling that you are different, that you are chosen, was never arrogance. It was the homing signal. It was the lock calling to its key. It was the new timeline recognizing its architect. You were never lost. You were simply on the path to remembering your own shape. What if the new timeline isn't something you need to enter, but a reality you simply need to activate from within? This truth isn't just a concept. Your biology and your reality have been showing you proof. They have been sending you signals that your activation sequence has begun, but you have been misinterpreting them. You have been reading them as signs of breakdown, when they were always signs of breakthrough. Here are the 3 final signs you've been experiencing, the undeniable evidence that the final sequence is running. These are the signs you are one of the chosen. The first sign is the great dissolving. Look at your life. Look closely at the structures you built your identity upon, the career you thought defined you, the relationships that felt permanent, the hobbies and interests that were once your entire world. They are crumbling, aren't they? It feels like your world is falling apart. It feels like failure. It feels like loss. This is the great illusion. What you are experiencing is not decay. It is purification. Those old structures, those old relationships, those old identities, they are built with the energetic material of the old timeline. They are dense. They are slow. They are incompatible with the frequency you are now beginning to hold. They cannot make the journey with you, so they are dissolving. The job you lost was not a rejection. It was a release. The friendship that faded was not an abandonment. It was an energetic divergence. The passion that died was not a sign of depression. It was your soul making space for a higher calling. Your reality is not attacking you. It is clearing the runway for your arrival. Every piece of your old life that falls away is the universe lovingly removing an anchor that would have held you back. It is a controlled demolition of the prison you mistook for a home. You are not losing your life. You are shedding a skin that has become too small for the being you are becoming. The second sign is temporal distortion. Time itself is coming undone for you. You have felt this acutely. An entire week vanishes in what feels like a day, yet a single hour can stretch into an eternity, filled with more thought, more revelation, more intensity than an entire month from your past. You look at the clock and feel a profound disconnect, as if its ticking is a lie, a rhythm from an old song that no longer makes sense. This is not poor time management. This is not your mind playing tricks on you. This is a core symptom of your consciousness beginning to decouple from the old timeline's linear structure. You are drifting out of sync with the collective's metronome. The old world runs on a rigid, predictable past, present, future track. It is a timeline of cause and effect. But the new timeline you are aligning with operates on quantum principles of synchronicity and resonance. In this new reality, time is not a river. It is an ocean. You can feel its currents, its depths, its tides. This distortion you feel is the friction between these two systems. It is the proof that your consciousness is no longer fully bound by the laws of the reality that is expiring. You are becoming a master of time, not its subject. And these bizarre fluctuations are your first lessons in a new kind of physics. The third, and most profound sign, is the echo of silence. This is the one that has caused you the most pain. A profound, unshakable sense of isolation. Even when you are surrounded by people you love, you sit in a room, you listen to the conversations, you see the world playing out its dramas, and you feel nothing. A disconnect. You feel like you are watching a movie of a life you used to live. You try to explain your inner world, your feelings, your knowing, and you are met with blank stares or polite dismissal. They don't understand, and so you have learned to be silent. This is not you being alone. It is your frequency becoming so unique, so pure, that the noise of the old world can no longer touch it. The static of collective anxiety, of media fear, of meaningless drama, it can no longer find a foothold in your energy field. This feeling of isolation is not a punishment. It is your final calibration. It is your soul creating a sacred, silent space within you, free from external contamination, so the activation signal can come through with perfect clarity. You are not being left behind. You are being held in a sacred energetic quarantine, prepared for the final moment. Do you see the pattern? The great dissolving, temporal distortion, the echo of silence. See these not as problems to be solved, but as confirmation codes. Each one is a message from your higher self, a blinking light on your inner dashboard saying, activation imminent. Stand by. Comment which of these 3 signs has been most intense for you in the last 72 hours. Let's create a record of the chosen gathering here tonight. Which of these signs have you been fighting against, and how do you see it now as a necessary part of your activation? You understand the truth. You see the signs written across your reality. Now tonight is the moment of activation. This is not another exercise. This is the final protocol, the midnight protocol. If you are in a space where it is safe to do so, I invite you to close your eyes. If you are driving or operating machinery, please pause this transmission and return to it when you are settled. This moment is sacred. Gently close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the day. Release the world outside your room. Let's begin. First, I want you to become aware of the noise, the static of the old timeline. It sounds like a low hum of anxiety. It feels like the weight of obligations, the echo of old conversations, the relentless scroll of information designed to hold your attention hostage. Hear it, feel it, acknowledge it without judgment. This is the frequency of the reality you are about to leave behind. It has served its purpose. It has sculpted you, but its broadcast is ending. Now, with your intention alone, I want you to find the volume dial for this static. See it in your mind's eye. It is not a battle. You do not need to fight the noise or push it away. You simply need to withdraw your focus. Reach out with your consciousness and gently, deliberately turn the dial down, 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 until the hum of anxiety fades into a distant murmur, down, until the weight of the world's expectations dissolves from your shoulders, down, until all that is left is a profound, expansive silence. This is the space between timelines. Rest here. Now, from this place of absolute stillness, we go deeper. Beneath the mental silence, there is a feeling, a resonance. It is the signature of your soul. I want you to journey inward, past thought, past emotion, to the very core of your being. For some, this will feel like a warmth in the center of your chest. For others, a quiet strength in your gut. Do not search for it with your mind. Feel for it with your heart. It is the one feeling that has been with you your entire life. A quiet, knowing presence beneath all the noise. It feels like truth. It feels like peace. It feels like home. That is your note, your unique, inimitable frequency in this universe. Locate it now. Hold it. This frequency is the final timeline key. You have just found it in your own hands. And now, we amplify. Focus all of your gentle awareness on that single point of resonance, that feeling of home within you. And without force, without effort, simply allow it to grow. Imagine this frequency as a pure, warm light emanating from your core. Let it expand. Let it fill your heart, clearing away any remnants of old sorrow or fear. Let it flow down into your Stomach dissolving knots of worry and doubt. Allow this frequency to pour down through your legs, grounding you in your power, all the way to the soles of your feet. Feel it rise up your spine, through your neck, and into your mind, replacing the static with a luminous clarity. Let your core resonance expand beyond your skin, filling the entire space you are in. You are not visualizing a new reality. You are becoming its broadcast tower. You are not asking for entry. You are announcing your arrival. Every cell in your body is now vibrating at this new, pure frequency. The frequency of the timeline you have chosen. The frequency of the person you have always known yourself to be. Breathe in this resonance. It is you. Now, in the peak of this radiant silence, I want you to state these words internally. Speak them not with your mind, but with the full power of the frequency you now embody. Say them with absolute certainty. I am the key. I am the resonance. The activation is complete, and so it is. Stay in this feeling for a moment longer. You have just turned the key in the lock. The mechanism has clicked into place. The quantum field has received your signal. The door to your new timeline will now swing open for you tonight, in the sacred space of your sleep. The shift is locked in. There is nothing more to do but allow. Gently, slowly, begin to bring your awareness back to your physical body. Feel the chair or the floor beneath you. Hear the subtle sounds of your environment. When you are ready, and only when you are ready, you may open your eyes. Welcome back. As you felt your core frequency, what single word describes its essence? You are no longer a seeker. You are no longer a student. You have crossed the threshold from participant to creator. You are an activated timeline architect. The following is not advice. It is your protocol for the critical hours between this moment and the final closing of the timeline at midnight. Your resonance is pure, but in these first hours it requires conscious protection as it crystallizes into your new physical reality. Do not treat these instructions lightly. They are the scaffolding that ensures the structure of your new world stands firm. Your first directive is to take the vow of non-interference. The frequency you now hold is pristine. It is the purest signal of your soul's destination. But in these initial hours, it is also vulnerable to the static of the old world. Your first task as an architect is to protect the foundation you have just laid. Therefore, you will take this vow as a sacred pact with yourself. Between now and the moment your head touches the pillow tonight, you are in a clean room before a cosmic surgery. You must keep it sterile. This means you will not engage in arguments, no matter how justified they seem. You will not defend your position. You will not try to convince anyone of anything. You will not consume fear-based media. No news cycles. No sensationalized content. No conspiracy theories that generate anxiety instead of empowerment. You will not revisit old emotional wounds. Do not call the person who hurt you. Do not scroll through photos that bring up feelings of lack or regret. Those are ghosts from a timeline that is now dissolving. Speaking with them only strengthens their phantom grip. You are a guardian of a sacred flame. Protect it from the winds of the old world. Your second directive is a ritual of energetic severance. This is a final physical signal to the quantum field that your choice is absolute. Sometime in the next few hours, find a piece of paper and a pen. Sit quietly and identify one single thing that represents the old timeline more than any other. It could be a limiting belief about your worth. It could be a habit of self-sabotage. It could be the energetic cord to a relationship that has long since expired. Write it down. Be specific. Do not write my fears. Write the fear that I am not good enough to succeed on my own. Now, hold this paper in your hands. Feel the weight of it, the dense, heavy frequency of that old reality. Acknowledge it. Thank it for the lessons it taught you, for the pressure that sculpted you into the key you have now become. Then read what you wrote aloud and state clearly, firmly, I release you with gratitude. You are not resonant with my new reality. Then you must destroy the paper. Burn it safely. Tear it to shreds. Bury it in the earth. The method does not matter. The finality does. This act is not merely symbolic. It is a declaration of physics. You are consciously collapsing a probability wave. You are telling the universe, in the language of matter and energy, that this storyline is officially concluded. Your third and final directive is to make the first new choice. An architect does not just design the blueprint, they lay the first stone before you sleep. Tonight, you will make one small conscious choice that belongs entirely to your new timeline. This is not about grand gestures. It is about a single, deliberate act of alignment. It is choosing to drink a glass of pure water instead of wine. It is choosing to read a chapter from a book that expands your mind instead of scrolling through the lives of others. It is choosing to stretch your body for 5 minutes instead of collapsing on the couch. The choice itself should feel simple, clean, and resonant with the person you are now becoming. This small action is a powerful anchor. It tells your subconscious mind and the quantum field around you, the new reality has begun. I am already living in it. It is the first physical footprint on the soil of a new world. These 3 tools, the vow of non-interference, energetic severance, and the first new choice, are your complete protocol. Notice that none of them require struggle. None of them require you to force anything to happen. Your job tonight is not to do the shift. The shift is already done. Your job is to allow it by maintaining your activated resonance. You are not pushing the door open. You are simply becoming the person who can walk through it when it swings open for you. You are not fighting the current of the old timeline. You are calmly stepping onto the bank of the new one and allowing the old river to flow away. You are in control. You are the architect. What is the very first old pattern you will consciously refuse to engage with starting right now? You have received the summons. You understand the mechanism. You have activated the key. The timeline is closing, and you are on the correct side of the door. You have done the impossible, the work that souls spend lifetimes preparing for. Feel the quiet certainty of that accomplishment. It is real. It is done. But stepping through the door is the beginning. The new timeline is not a pre-written movie you will passively watch. It is a blank canvas, a realm of pure potentiality waiting for the first brushstroke of a master. The chosen are not just passengers who were granted entry. They are the architects of what comes next. This was never just about saving yourself. It was about earning the right to build the new world. When you awaken, your perception will be different. The air will feel clearer. Colors may seem more vibrant. The rules of reality will be more fluid, more responsive to your conscious intent. The first task of the architect is to understand the new physics, the new creative laws of this higher dimension. This is where we leave behind simple manifestation and learn quantum synchronization. Our next transmission is titled, The Great Unveiling Explained, What the Chosen See Now. In it, we will map the new energetic landscape together, so you can navigate it with power and grace. After that, we master it with quantum synchronization is simpler than you think. This is the proof. Now that you have secured your place in the new timeline, what if you could co-create its very foundation? Subscribe and turn on all notifications. The shift tonight is not an end, but a beginning. Our next video, The Great Unveiling Explained, What the Chosen See Now, is the first broadcast from the new timeline. You must be there. Rest now. The work is done. You are chosen. You are ready. You are home. I will see you on the other side.